My name is Eugene Hernandez. I'm the editor-in-chief, co-founder of IndieWire, a 10-year-old publication that covers independent film. Well, I'm here trying to stay on top of everything that's going on. That includes seeing movies, talking to people. IndieWire is producing its own video coverage, so we're doing that. We're going to parties, we're writing up news stories, trying to cover the whole Sundance experience. My usual day involves usually writing in the morning, trying to make sense of what I did and what I saw the night before, and then see some movies, early morning, early afternoon. Usually later afternoon, I'm writing biz stories and trying to stay on top of deals and acquisitions and all that kind of stuff. Try to work in a meal somewhere in there, and then I go to a couple of parties. This year I'm trying, we'll see if this works, this year I'm going to try and do I'm going to give myself like a midnight 12:30 curfew. Because I think there's just, I've been coming to Sundance for 14 years. I've been to tons of parties. I'll try to go to a couple this year, but if I miss one or two parties, it's not the end of the world. I've gotten to a point now, having gone to this festival enough times, having been to enough festivals, where I actually don't overplan these things. I pick out a few things I want to see early on, things that I really care about, filmmakers who I like, friends of mine, films that sound interesting from the catalog, but then I just listen and I talk to people. The first couple of days I hear what people have seen, what they like, why they like it, and I'll just give it a shot. I think if you try to overplan these things, you're never going to make it. And you have to remember also it's a marathon, not a sprint. So you just kind of get in it for the long haul and just kind of go with the flow. It's very easy to get very caught up in all of the craziness that surrounds the festival. There's some great movies and new filmmakers here that we may not get a chance to see anywhere else, or it may take a few years before we hear about them again. But take a chance on something that sounds interesting, but maybe everybody else isn't going to see, because it might be something that you discover that you can share with somebody else. So just enjoy it. Just try to have fun. Well, I love seeing short films. I love seeing international films. I try to see as many different kinds of things as I can. So I think it's great to go see some of the competition things. I think it's great to see some of the premieres. That is what some people are talking about, but I think also, go see some short films, go see something that you never would go see. Trust the programmers, trust the fact that someone behind the scenes is passionate about this movie and that's why it's playing here, and see if you can sort of tap into that, to their taste, and see if you can find out what it is they like about it. So yeah, experiment, try different sections. I find myself, as I get older, getting way more nostalgic, and I start hitting myself and getting annoyed with myself for talking about the good old days, because I hate that kind of thing. But I loved Sundance in the early 90s when it was small and everybody was on Main Street. I love it now, even though it's bigger, because I think that the festival organizers are doing all they can to try and keep the focus on film. There's those buttons running around that people are wearing, focus on film, and I think the festival is really trying to do all they can to keep those of us who keep coming back, keep us focused on what it really is about. It's the films and the filmmakers. So how it's changed is the spotlight is much bigger. The focus, the attention is much greater, but it also creates a great opportunity for the filmmakers who are here to make a mark with something that comes out of nowhere very quickly, which is very exciting. I think what makes Sundance stand out, or what makes it special, is the fact that it's this really incredible collision of all these different types of people. People from LA, people from the industry, filmmakers, journalists, curators, programmers. Sundance is how a lot of people start their year. We're in January. It's how you set your clock. It's how the calendar begins. So it's sort of like this reunion, this sort of kickoff that happens at the beginning of each year, and we all come together in this place and see these movies and debate them and discuss them in this really intense environment. And there's something uniquely intense about being up here in the 10-degree weather, in the snow, and everybody's a little bit too crowded. There really isn't enough space for this festival in this place, but that maybe adds a certain element and a certain energy to it that you really can't find anywhere else. So Sundance is uniquely Sundance because of the environment, the surroundings, the people, and the films.